Imagine you can instantaneously have any drink your heart desires right in your own home. Well, now you can. Available now, Cana is the world's first molecular beverage printer, and it comfortably sits on your countertop. Cana can exactly recreate almost any drink on command in your own home. And no, this is not another pod machine. Cana can fulfill an astounding range of beverages, from your morning cold brew coffee to a post-workout sports drink, and then to your favorite wine or evening cocktails. Now, before we dive into the details of Cana, let's first set the stage to highlight the profound impact that this innovative and disruptive product will have environmentally and economically. Currently, the beverage industry is a $2.3 trillion industry with a legacy supply chain that crisscrosses the globe. On the surface, this process seems to be sensible, but it actually just follows an upscaled and resource-intensive industrial era framework. If we take a closer look and deconstruct what actually comprises a beverage, we come to the realization we are really just shipping water all over the place. Every bottled beverage we drink has traveled hundreds to thousands of miles just to reach us. In reality, it is really only about 1% of any beverage that contributes to its unique taste, aroma, and mouthfeel. Cana's monumental innovation is to simply ship that 1% of ingredients and create the drink on site, rather than wastefully shipping water across the globe. The environmental implications of this are huge. The carbon offset of simply removing the need to transport bottles of flavored water is about 500 million metric tons per year, over 3% of global emissions. But there is more. Let's just take a simple glass of orange juice, for instance. It takes about 200 liters of fresh water to grow the oranges to then create the 1 glass of OJ. And it takes 600 liters of fresh water just to make 1 bottle of wine. And it's the same for even a liter of soda. And this does not even account for the tons of water that goes into processing and manufacturing. In fact, the beverage industry uses 400 trillion liters of water just in the creation of the ingredients, the 1% of the actual drink. And then there is the plastic. The average American household uses over 3,500 bottles, cans, and containers every year. This amounts to over 1 trillion globally. In fact, by the time you finish this video, there will be upwards of 10 million bottles being disposed of, and only about 20% of that ever really gets recycled. Even recycling itself is a dirty and energy-intensive process that only makes a minimal impact. Now, with Cana, every single one of those beverages can be made at home sustainably. You can literally take the beverage aisle out of the store and put it on your countertop. Cana is objectively saving the planet. So Cana is a revolutionary company based in Redwood City, California, and their maiden product, the Cana 1, is available now. Cana was founded 3.5 years ago when one of their founders, David Friedberg, read some interesting research whereby a scientist removed the 400 or so chemical compounds from a glass of wine and then one by one re-added these compounds until he perfectly recreated the exact taste profile of that wine. As it turns out, our palates are relatively unsophisticated, and it only takes about 30 compounds to exactly mimic the taste, aroma, and mouthfeel of a glass of wine. Even the fine subtle notes. All the other leftover compounds are just biological byproducts that the plant produces to grow a grape. After reading this, David Friedberg then asked himself, well, if it takes 30 to 40 compounds to perfectly recreate a bottle of wine, then how many compounds does it take to seamlessly recreate any beverage? As it turns out, the answer is 80. There are only 80 ingredients that are shared across every beverage. However, the real magic comes from how the combinations of these base ingredients are applied. For instance, a flavonoid that tastes like almond by itself will suddenly taste like cherry by mixing it with a touch of sugar. Or take coffee, for example. The ingredient quinic acid is what gives coffee its distinguished bitter taste. You can very acutely tweak the amount of quinic acid in your favorite brew to change it from a light to a medium to a dark roast, even to tea. And thus, Utilizing this knowledge, Cana was born. For you astute watchers out there, Cana was named after the town in Galilee where Jesus turned water into wine. So, Cana can be bisected into two constituent parts: scanning and production. At Cana, they have an analytical chemistry team that uses modern chemical instrumentation such as GCMS, gas chromatography mass spec, or LCMS, liquid chromatography mass spec, to scan and determine the exact molecular makeup of each beverage. Then, on the other half of the equation, the production chemistry team tries to perfectly recreate the full taste profile of the beverage with a reduced number of compounds. Their goal is to take a premium, high-priced bottle of wine and make a copy so indistinguishable that even the most pompous sommelier cannot differentiate. It is also important to note that every single one of the molecular ingredients that Cana uses are all natural and FDA approved. Now, with a catalog of reductive beverages, the Cana chemical team can use their proprietary beverage printing hardware, the Cana One, to quickly and flawlessly materialize your favorite beverage on command. The Cana One is comprised of 6 main parts: the liquid dispenser, the ingredients cartridge, the spirits cartridge, the sugar cartridge, the carbonation cylinder, and the software interface. The Cana dispenser is an incredibly accurate liquid dispenser that can precisely mix the constituting ingredients down to an accuracy of about 1 picoliter. Just for scale, 1 picoliter is 1/1 trillionth of a liter, and a standard raindrop can hold thousands of picoliters. With such a fine dispenser, the Cana One can fully utilize the ingredients cartridge with its 80 base molecular compounds to create a near infinite amount of drink variations. So, how does Cana work on a practical level? Well, with its sleek 7-inch touchscreen, users can peruse the extensive catalog of drink options and select their favorite brand or drink, and then if they wish, they can customize each drink to their own liking. For instance, you can easily add or remove sugar, caffeine, carbonation, alcohol, or add extra flavors like mocha, vanilla, strawberry, oak, pine, mint, etc. The combinations are truly limitless. You can even add extra vitamins and minerals to further fortify yourself. Yes, Cana can fully recreate the nutritional content of any drink. Even more, Cana has essentially organized itself as a drink marketplace where influencers and creators can sell their own unique concoctions directly to their followers. Users can select their favorite brand or drink from celebrities like the hypothetical new cold brew coffee by Jennifer Aniston, or the sugarless sports drink by LeBron James, or even the latest stylized Shirley Temple by Elon Musk. Aside from celebrities, Cana satisfies the long tail of the beverage marketplace. See, due to production costs and limited retail space, brands are only incentivized to make drinks for the lowest common denominator of consumer. So there are only about 50 or so brands that dominate the beverage sector and create drinks that the masses will enjoy, but that individuals may not love. Cana fulfills this niche because it has an infinite shelf space and can, for no additional cost, list a peculiar hazelnut seltzer that only 500 people may savor, irregardless of how well it sells. Additionally, within Cana, each user can create their own profile, so the system can learn their unique drink preferences and make recommendations to you based on previous choices. They can also use this preferential data to send your household optimized ingredient packs. So if your household tends towards low sugars and loves banana flavor, then future ingredient packs will accommodate this and maximize for the desired molecules. Also, for all your responsible caretakers out there, yes, there are parental controls where you can restrict alcohol and limit caffeine or sugar. So, how much does Cana cost? Well, this is just a bit convoluted. First, the Cana One device will cost $799. And then on top of that, interestingly, Cana is both a subscription-based model and an a la carte model. With Cana, there is a subscription membership fee for $49 a month. This includes unlimited ingredient cartridges delivered right to your door, with each cartridge lasting about a month. And then there are the spirit cartridges. For $39 each, a single spirit cartridge filled with neutral grain alcohol, is able to make about 42 alcoholic drinks. Finally, there are the drinks themselves. Cana charges per drink and aims to cut costs to around 60 to 75% off the regular retail price. So, for instance, if the price of a canned mixed cocktail costs about $3 in the store, then it will cost about $1 with Cana. Or a $1 can of iced tea should be about 25 cents with Cana. Cumulatively, the savings add up and the average consumer can expect to save a few $100s per month. Now, with the pricing and technical capabilities in mind, let's just acknowledge that this innovative wonder is still a first-generation device. It is a limited edition roadster that is paving the way for the Model S. As always, with posterity, we can expect prices to plummet and features to expand. The first model has a few technical limitations that future versions will alleviate. For instance, the Cana 1 is unable to do hot beverages, but this is already stated to be available in the Gen 2 model. Also, the Cana 1 is still unable to generate suspended solids like juice pulps or protein-based substances like milk or almond milk because the pulps and protein can get stuck in the microscopic dispenser and clog the system. This technical hurdle has been publicly stated to be overcome by Gen 2 or Gen 3, and the implications of this are grand. This means that Cana can not only print milks and protein shakes, but also yogurts and salsas. And what's more is that because Cana is fundamentally a liquid synthesizer, it can be reorientated to create household and personal liquids as well, such as soaps, perfumes, detergents, lotions, and sanitizers. The future of manufacturing is here. The Cana roadmap is clear, and being able to print solid food is just a phase change away from liquids. This is said to be expected in about 10 years. So it is clear that Cana is absolutely flipping the beverage industry on its head and ushering in the new wave of decentralized manufacturing. This will restructure supply chains and literally help save the planet from incredibly wasteful production practices. Cana will truly create a scaled and meaningful impact on the world. I hope you liked this video, and thank you for watching. If you found this video interesting and engaging, then check out this video here about the Omniverse. The Omniverse is like the metaverse, but for businesses, and it is already being utilized by major companies like Amazon and BMW.